High blood pressure isn't always caused by the usual suspects. As WFMZ's John Derr shows us in this week's Health Beat, the condition can be triggered just by visiting a doctor.
It's estimated 1 in 3 Americans suffers from high blood pressure or hypertension. For some patients, their blood pressure goes up the minute they walk through the door of their doctor's office.
This is what we call white coat hypertension, actually, and it is a real syndrome that we see not infrequently in our clinical practice.
Dr. Toya says in some stressful situations, the nervous system may trigger blood pressure to go up. Doctors say over time it could put a patient at higher risk for a serious illness.
Patients who've got white coat hypertension have similar risks with respect to cardiovascular outcomes, stroke, heart disease, as patients with essential hypertension.
In other words, traditional high blood pressure. If a doctor suspects it might be white coat hypertension, a patient may be asked to wear a special blood pressure cuff.
This device allows us to measure blood pressure every 10 to 15 minutes over 24 hours.
The doctor suggests another method might be to check your own blood pressure reading at home or at a drugstore and keep a diary to share with your doctor. For Health Beat, I'm John Derr.
Well, again, it is opening night out here at the ballpark, and for the Iron Pigs, it's a great night. One of the Iron Pigs has already gotten his World Series ring from last year. 3 guys here on this ball club are going to get their rings tonight. Cervenak, Tracy, and Lou Marson will all be getting rings later tonight. But last night, yesterday, at the Phillies game, it was Kyle Kendrick getting his ring. It's a 103 diamond ring, as we mentioned yesterday, and Kyle Kendrick was able to pick his up. He was a key part of that Phillies team last year, and after he got the ring, he was pretty excited about this once-in-a-lifetime, perhaps, opportunity.
It was exciting. You know, it was fun to be part of that, and you know, it was something very special. So, might not be able to ever do it again. My eyes were tearing up because of the win, but it was very emotional. Though. It was fun.
And it was funny. You see the piece of jewelry he's got on there, so very nice. Now, as for the game itself today and the guys that are here, both guys that were here last year and played key roles are getting rings later today. Jim Vaughn has more down at field level. Jim.
Yeah, Troy, Andy Tracy and Mike Cervenak, as you mentioned, getting their rings later. And it's interesting to examine the contrast between this year's team and last year's team. Last year, a veteran-laden group, guys like Tracy and Cervenak were the norm. Not many prospects on that group. This year, though, a lot of prospects. In fact, 3 of the top 4 prospects in the entire Phillies organization are on the Iron Pigs roster. That means guys like Cervenak and Tracy have been thrust into much more of a mentorship role this season, and it's a role they're really looking forward to.
I hope we can help, and I hope they're willing to listen at times, and we got to be willing to listen to them at times. It's a give-and-take relationship, but I think the group of guys are very solid, and they're willing to learn, and hopefully we can help them and teach them a little bit about baseball here, at least open their eyes to some different opinions and different views.
I think they'll be able to help a good deal considering the seasons that Tracy and Cervenak had last year. Different complexion of this year's team, as I mentioned, and of course, it remains to be seen if that's going to translate into wins on the field. Troy, let's go back upstairs to you.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. I think people are excited to see what this team brings to the table. We'll have more on the Iron Pigs tonight at 6.
Yeah, and I'm sure the embrace of the team will be at least as great as it was last year.
I think so.
First year.
Yep.
Wendy?
All right, thanks, guys. I, for one, want to see more of that ring.
No
that
kidding.
thing is enormous.
It is.
Big blend.
I don't think I could lift my hand up with that thing on.
Yeah, you got to work out for that.
Yeah, I'd get used to it, though.
These guys are
All
strong.
Right. Okay, thanks, guys. Well, of course, we'll have much more from Coca-Cola Park throughout the night. Next at 5:30, we're going back live to First Energy Stadium, where the Phillies are preparing for their home opener. Also ahead on the Berks edition, the frantic search for a missing little girl is over, and it's ended with the outcome her family was hoping for.